It's a good thing that whole goof was like a silent moment goof because my mic wasn't even working at the time anyway. I love it. Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Nick, and welcome to another Saturday late night stream. Uh, this week we're doing drive stream because last week, if you joined us, I was playing Dangerous Driving, and with 9 gold medals left to 100% the game, I picked up 7. So we've got 2 left. Now it took me 4 hours to get the 7. So by that math, it should take me 20 minute, hour and a half. 75 minutes. I I I can't be doing math tonight. Look at me. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. Do I look like somebody who should be doing math right now?
No.
Thank you. Thank you. That being said, we're just picking up from last week because I want to get this stupid game 100%ed. I say stupid, but I say that with love. Um, this is one of the kinds of games that I love to. Nope, that's the. No, that's the game. There we go. I say that with love because this is one of the kinds of games that I love to bash my head against. And that's where we're at. So I have set up. Okay, I gotta get this lined up. But if I'm right here, is that just sort of like this and like this, maybe? Does that look centered? I can't tell if that's centered. If I put it down here, will I be able to see it and make sure that it stays centered? Yes. Okay, that's sad. All right. I have put people cam because I don't know. This is a game where you careen into oncoming traffic, and you really have to uh, pay attention and strain your eyes. So yeah, again, to catch you back up, I've gotten gold medals in every course except for these last 2, and I've been struggling with this one. And then we have the GP, and the GP is actually multiple races, so this one's also going to take longer than the ones have so far. But this is how we do it. It's okay. The normal, advanced is for bumping, tuned is for heat stroke. No, heat wave. Prototype is fragile but fast. All right, let's go with that. Let's go with that. All right. I'm glad to be back here. I've had a day. I am tired. Um. Oh, I have no idea how loud this is going to be in my ears. Loud in my ears? More likely than you think. Yet. I gotta get my bar legs under me. Some people would call those wheels. I made that exact stupid words last week, didn't I? Oh yeah, it's gonna be like this. All right, this first one's gonna be a scrapper. Let's just get back into the vibe of what do I gotta look for headlights. Headlights don't look super clear on this. You know that's part of the not the appeal, but part of the trade-off, right? Like this game looks super good. It looks way better than PS2 games ever did. But at the same time, like higher fidelity and more elaborate lighting can actually make the game harder in unintended ways. In ways, certainly. Right, I was really getting the hang of which of these turns did not actually need riffs in order to get through. 5 seconds, I think we can catch up. I let off. I was like, no, I'm going to need to make a precise turn here. Oh, and I didn't even push it off the road. Folks, I hope this is what you are looking for tonight, because it's going to be a lot of me just sort of wordlessly watching for headlights. Very much a stream just for me. I'm way too far behind the next place, I'm sure. That was a very energetic crash, but I'm still in last place, so did traffic hit a corpse very hard? Ooh. 2 seconds is not a big gap. I don't know if I'm close enough, though. Not now. That's it. That lost it. Trust me, that lost it. You? Let's do you. Just two. Just to get my bar full, you know. I don't know the clean way to get through that turn. Sure. From out here, we do get to see all of the wacky things that physics are doing. Physics are? Physics is. Physics is. Physics is. Physixian Hulk. It's a magic card, I'm pretty sure. He played himself. So I'm thinking drift turn here, because then that's that wasn't that bad. As long as traffic's on your side, that's a clean. Didn't really necessarily need to drift there, but that traffic spooked me enough that I was like, oh, I need to maneuver. Ooh. Helga invented a maneuver. Yeah, I know I wasn't that far ahead. But what if you didn't get that far ahead? No, you're escaping. Caught him. Uh, no, I took one with me. Guy who did get past. Two people got past. How did two get past? I took one with me. So the thing that I was going to say at the end of last stream, which I don't remember if I did, but I think the sort of stage of grinding out this race, that was some bullshit, and you know it. The part of the stage that I'm in grinding out this event is learning the places where I do not want there to be corpses, and actually like really um, being extremely careful about where I take down enemies to leave sort of like traffic crowded corners open from wrecks, so that way I have the greatest chance of staying up through them. Yeah, but if I got 3 more laps to make up 8 seconds, I'm pretty sure I can get that done. Oh, if you break really early there, okay, that's something. Every time I pass a wreck, I check the position to see if there was any way that was the person in front of me having wrecked. There he is. I don't know if I'll regret that one. Nobody breathe. That's the one. Remember when I said that might be my undoing? That was it right there. Come on, come on, come on. I don't. You shall not pass! I got him! I don't think it gave me the credit for it, but I think that. Yes! I don't need the credit, I need the win. Ladies and gentlemen, let it be said, sometimes all you need is a good week's sleep in order to push through. Bow, 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 bow. I'm sorry. Is that what you were going for? Thank you. Thank you. Mm. And that's it. One left. One that is made up of multiple races, so who knows? Same car. I'm gonna say this car's bringing me luck now. Here. Is that people? Am I saying on people cam?
Yeah.
All right, good. Are my pupils going wild? It's not Eliminator, so we can stay in last place until the final moment. But we have until the last lap to catch up to first, so I'm going to play much faster and looser on these. One. No. I'm sorry? Oh god, I have no idea what this track is like. I'm going into this blind. Bonk. I love cars that are ramps, but ooh. Junipers. What? Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Who's Jehoshaphat? Jumping Butterballs. Is that what I'm looking for? Oh, we in it. Actually, yeah, also now that I think about it, this is a GP, and the medals are doled out for final position. So, whoa! Well, at least I took them with me, but holy cow. I don't have to come first in every race. I just have to come first in the season. So I can have some like second and third places in there. I love this lighthouse. I've definitely noticed this lighthouse in other courses we've raced. I want to say the last time we saw it, we were coming around this turn the opposite way. Come on! I hit him! I've hit that one before! I mean, I guess that's instant karma. That's fine. Please, my family, she's so sick. I needed the boost. Is that really first place right there? Okay, I finally missed it. What if you went away and then I just shot off like a rocket? Consider, what if? Oh, they were right there. Oh. Okay. There's one. Okay. 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 Of how many courses? Please tell me how many. Up. That's very airborne. Oh. Not rightly sure what happened there. Mm. Mm. Flying. God, I remember doing the survival event last week and just measuring like every time we made it to that tunnel. It was like, oh, this might actually be a run. Man, this is such a long course too. So many straightaways. I'm pretty into this course. I wish it made it clearer like what this course was, so that if I wanted to do this as like on a custom course, custom track, custom event, that's the word. I'd have a better sense of where and what. I don't even know if this game lets you do custom events. Like, it took them some time after release to put it multiplayer. But yeah, I think like the main menu is like single player like campaign. Multiplayer and then options, and that's not a lot. We're still on the first lap, yo. I am leaving so many corpses to have to dodge on the second lap. I say corpses, they're wrecks. They're both. Get over there. Okay. Here we go. Now's the dodge lap. I'm actually kind of a fan of that, the idea of like you're gonna have like one just like rumble lap. You know, everybody starts in a group and you're gonna have back and forth and you're just gonna like crunch each other nonstop. And then you're gonna have the second lap, which is just deal with the aftermath of the first. I cannot see anything with the glint off the road. That's kind of awesome. Except, I betcha the AI doesn't have that sort of visual acuity problem. No! Oh, physics! What you doing to me? Alright, here's a tunnel. Is that like halfway through the course? It only gives you the credit if you're holding the button. Hey! Alright, that's twice that's happened today. Think there's a helicopter flying very low outside my house. What the heck? probably not picking up on the microphone because, you know, noise gates or whatever, but come on. Like, I know our house draws a lot of power, but it's because of computers, and we're not running a grow op, guys. Is this it? Is this the last stretch? Well, I hope not. I just lost every position. All right, third. I could probably hang on to the season with a third place finish. Assuming I don't actually have time to do better. I got it. I don't even know when I passed second. Or first, whichever one. I touched one person, but oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That's a pretty commanding lead. I'm not quite double the next place, but that's really commanding. Second place has to get first, and I have to get second to tie. At this, I think. This is okay. So this is the last. We're in pretty good standing here. Like, I don't think I even need first place to walk away with the gold. Like, I could probably win with a third depending on which racers take first and second. But if that happens, I don't know what to do with the rest of the stream. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but... Come on! Okay. If I was in the lead, then that means they were all pretty well grouped. I have no idea what happened right there, but it was exciting. Help! I think it's like forgetting to reset my car to normal position. I want such one of yous. Oh. All right, one laugh left. Good. That gives me the hunger it takes to win. Hey, y'all hear about that vampire battle royale? I'm not much into vampires or battle royales, but I'm thinking about playing it. I like to super jump. Somebody said prototype battle royale, and they were right. Honestly. Whoa! Boy was there. Then there was a fireball. Then I was eating this taco. Yes. Yes, and. Oh. That's not what you want to see. Oh, I thought I hit a neutral traffic car. It's like a Sega Rally announcer. Take down landslide. Oh! So when it says crash escape, what is it talking about? I crashed particularly hard in that instance. Oh, 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 oh. This game rules. Got it in one. I thought there'd be more content here. I freaking love this game. I've completed dangerous driving. Congratulations. I didn't have that much of a day. I didn't do any flooring today. I didn't crawl into an attic today. All I did was go out to the pharmacy. I should see if there's like a credit roll in here. Yeah, nice. I got all 69 gold medals. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, let's roll these. There you go. Dangerous Golf, Danger Zone 2, and Lethal VR. Wow, that is such a small team. Wow, the danger is I thought that said max nap time, and I'm like, I would love max nap time. Judge. Listen, if nobody else is here, I need to at least fire this for myself.
You've done well, men. That's another level.
Okay. So, there you go. There's the one track. Seven, an intern, three dogs, and three people on the one song. I mean, I'm not upset. It's a good game. I had fun with this. So talking about, it's listing there. Dangerous Golf. Dangerous Golf was interesting because that was kind of like, from what I can tell, that was their test of like, how do our sparks look? How are our physics going to look? How do we make things like break nicely and look nice when there's lots of crash shattering? Uh, Danger Zone was almost like a puzzle game, and it was kind of like the Crash Time from the Burnout games, where it was just like, oh no, this is about like throwing yourself into an intersection and causing as much of a traffic pileup as you can. Danger Zone 2, I guess, was the iteration on that. Lethal VR was a VR gun range game, which I played a bunch of and was pretty good. And then there was one level I got stuck on because like my floor was miscalibrated in a way that made a certain shot impossible. I think I could never figure it out, but I was enjoying that too. And then this is Dangerous Driving, and they're working on Dangerous Driving 2, and I'm excited for it. I know it's what is it? We saw Dangerous Driving 2. We got to touch it. Um, and this was back at PAX East 2019. The last thing that happened. Um, song's over. Um, and it was looking good. Like, it was more of this. It had split screen play, which was fun. They had it running on the Switch. Not well at the time, but optimization is a process. You can't judge the final product by an in progress build, in terms of optimization and smoothness and playability. Whatever, you know what I mean. Um, I got nothing to say about this. I like this game. Do I start a new? Oh, we can turn those on. Let's just play some. I bet you nobody's. Oh, I can create a game. Can't start by myself. Hi. Oh no, why does it have voice chat on? Game setup. Mode. Yeah. Track. The High Dunes. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks. Okay. Uh. Oh, and then here are your variants. Marathon. Vehicle. Brr. Coupe. Uh. Laps. Do 10 laps. Change paint. Oh, here we go. I personally, I'm sort of I mean, I kind of just like this, but you have to have a second driver. Let's. I mean, yeah, if I hit this, nothing's gonna come up, right? Like, I think this is part of why like I'm like back and forth and I'm sort of like talking in circles on this game because I don't think it was particularly well received because of, well, last week it crashed on us like 3 or 4 times. Today we had some serious like in game crash, like car crash, like mm, when it wasn't resetting the car correctly, and I would go like instead of getting reset, I would immediately just get crashed again. I'm not even crashed, just immediately just like, oh no, actually you're still in the air. It's like, oh okay, I thought I was done with that, but all right. Mm. And yeah, like the music thing, there is one track, and it's like to me it makes sense when it's like it's a small team and they are kind of cranking games out because again to me this is clearly like, oh, they are getting their legs back under them and they are working through, you know it's like work through everything we already did, let's see how we do all of these things again but with our new way smaller team. And like if this was, I don't know, like 2012 and this came out on like the Xbox arcade, this is like perfect for that. I don't know if maybe it's like a expectation thing and like, oh, people had higher expectations of this that were, that just weren't met and that's what the disappointment was. Like maybe, but I don't know. I like it for what it is because what it is like it's more Burnout 3 but new. And like yeah, it's messy but like to me it's clear that they were like, yeah, no, we're gonna do this and then we're gonna move on. And eventually when they get to the one that they want to be making, once they're like, yeah, no, we remember how to do this now, then that'll be the one that um that they put their time into uh fully like polishing and getting all of the bugs out of. Am I making some assumptions there? Yeah, I am. Is that what I'm hoping that'll happen? Not something I have any evidence of? Yeah. Um so my expectations are tempered for that, but this is, that is where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. And it's just like, yeah, no, it like I like this game because I did not have particularly high expectations because it's just like, oh, they're doing this again to make sure they remember how to, not because they're doing this as their next, this is their big like studio debut project. Like these are almost all like I don't want to say like student game dev projects, but like graduate student game dev projects. It's just like they're not new to this. These aren't like broken, janky, good concept but bad execution. It's not that. This is, but it is a sense of just like, no, they're doing this for the sake of moving along, and they have something in their sights later. But this is like some internal stuff. That was the one I wanted, but it threw me off because High Dunes Desert, but then it showed Red Rock Valley on the loading screen. This is going to be the tough one then. What's like my color over here? I like, how about that? We did it. We finished. I'm gonna play a bit more just because I didn't play long enough to scratch the itch. But also, you want to hit like an hour. Also, I want to say, part of the reason, part of the reason I had to take down cameras off is just because that's how I got used to playing back in the old Burnout games. Um, and when you're just grinding out levels, you want to. Oh, okay. If I go right here, there we go. I feel like just watching all the explosions and crashes, though. Yeah, that. Like, I don't know why that happened because it looked away. When it's doing that, you lose control of your car, and you just like, I hope they made like a algorithm that is going to be really kind to me and not screw me over. So you turn the camera off to always have control. Yeah, you see how it just jumped my car? I think that's to make sure that I was kept safe while it was out of my control. I wonder if I have Burnout Paradise still installed. I know I had it installed for a while. If you look on my YouTube channel, for a while I was doing lunchtime free burn. Maybe it'll be time to bring that back. Might have to be dinner time free burn, but bonk. Now this is just fun. This is just relaxing now. You know what I mean? Now we get to take in the scenery. I feel like you shouldn't be able to anybody to spin out quite like that. Like that is like there's a part of these games that's just like, oh, like it's almost kind of like slot cars, and you are less like actually driving and more just being like, okay, where on the track do I want to be? When can I initiate the drift? When can I, um, but the idea of like the cars being able to turn around is just like, that feels unnatural for the general way that these cars behave, you know? I'm up. I just want to do this one again. I just want to stay here. Oh, I could go to one of the like time trial modes because the number counts up, and so if I'm not concerned with getting the medals, we can take as long as we want. Hello, everyone from Spirit Cafe. How was the Mega Men's? Hey, Rixton. I have news for everybody. In order to do the last two events, the penultimate one took me 2 tries, and then the final one I got on the first try. So a second 4-hour marathon finish dangerous driving stream was hilariously unnecessary, is how I'm deciding to frame it. So now we're just sort of chilling out. And we're just watching these cars roll. Talking about the good old days. Talking about maybe trying to drive as slowly on these tracks as we can make be possible. Bump. Whoop. I love the way that they just fall apart. Oh, all right, that was on me. Oh, yeah. How's everybody else doing tonight? How y'all doing? Anything exciting happening this weekend so far or yet to come? Yeah, I was around to watch most of it. I'd never seen 10 before. I didn't know I didn't know Blade Man would be there. But I'm trying to remember, is Blade Man the robot who was designed to stand in a museum and hold a sword, or was Blade Man, or was that Yamato Man? What if just more blades? So at what point did they give up trying to claim that like these robots were built for industrial purposes? Just like at some point it's just like, oh, okay, this one did the baseball pitching robot for the batting cages have to be sentient? I'm just getting into that BDG video at this point. I want to see Shakedown. Shakedown. Let's look at Shakedown. So Shakedown, I believe, is going to let us count up, which means we can just drive and look at road signs, like you do. Swordman. Single swordman. Sword Tinder. That's something else. Clanger. Bridge, maybe icy. I'm just checking out. So, like I said, ooh, car does not want to stop. At PAX East 2019, when I got to see get hands-on with Dangerous Driving 2, which I'm still excited for. Eagle Ridge Ski Resort, a national park. I actually got to talk to the I got to chat with a couple of the developers on this game and just be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a fan, I'm enjoying, I'm looking forward. But one of them was just saying like, oh, you know, I get to have fun. I get to design and place all of these signs. So if you just drive slowly, you get to see all the like Easter eggs and nods that I placed in some of the signs around the world. And I'm like, I am so excited to look for those. But then when you're playing the game normally, it's just like, no, you can't actually see any of those because you're going a bajillion miles an hour. But hey, what if? Ooh. What about? Ooh, okay. Again, I can't like look around. I can go. No, I can go up and down with the stick. That's it. Harrison curve. Okay, now are these signs good? So they did make the signs work, where they are triangles and they sort of the triangle points into the road, so that way whichever way you see the turn, the arrows point in the way that the turn is going. That's wasn't like that when the game released, but that is the way these would actually work. Oh no. Hey, it's Tom's curve. The game does look really pretty. Got good shines. It's the power of the Unreal Engine at work. Oh, it's the Backstreet drop. Wait, drop? What? Oh no! It's not gonna let me go forever! Oh. Alright, alright, alright. Is there gonna be a different one that lets us go forever? Race, shakedown, face off, heat wave, face off, pursuit. No, we're not gonna be able to just go forever and look at everything. Oh. That's a bummer. Well, let's go a bit faster. Like, the only thing I really have to complain about these games is that it's like there's a bunch of segments that are sort of like randomized. When I would say like, these should be related. Um, like the loading screens. I would probably, make sure that like, oh, whatever track you are loading for, we should either give you like a generic loading screen like tooltip, or we should give you the one that is for the specific track that you're loading onto, Clark curve. Wonder how many people get like curves and tunnels named after them. The Atlantic Tunnel, alright. Compass. I don't believe this game was kickstarted. Ow! Let's say 4 Mile Beach straight ahead. Ah. Yeah, I know, wrong way. I'm trying to read the signs. 4 Mile Beach straight ahead. Alright. No parking, no camping. I'm not even going to make it to the beach. I kind of wish like I had a mini map so I could get a sense of like the way that these are laid out too, This needs like a really good highway segment. Bad year. I was also saying I was looking at the multiplayer mode because that's the only way that you can make like a custom event. But it doesn't let you host a room and drive by yourself. You can't do time attacks by yourself, which is really only a bummer for me, who is now doing a freaking scenic tour, trying to look at everything by driving super slow. Like, maybe you want to consider that an oversight, but again, I'm looking at it like, that's not what they were looking to make here. So yeah, I'm not surprised they didn't add it. That, for what they were creating, that was reasonably out of scope. Yeah, I get it, no problem. There was a sign somewhere over here that I sped past. That sign. So I feel like that goes onto a highway. Steep grave, sharp curves, next 5 miles. Alright. I'm waiting for like somebody's phone number to be on one of these signs. I don't know why, but I want to see like a phone number that we can call and get like one of the devs' voicemail box. The Keller Laboratory. Vernon Lookout. Oh, wind farm. Whoa, who is that? That's bad. Oh. Yeah. Where do I, it's gonna be one of these days, huh? They're just out here today. Jeez. Today, lately, Where is the activity feed so I can see who just followed so that I can get him out of here? Oh, yeah. It is like insidious at this point, you know? Or not like insidious, but like it feels like a dick waggle. It's just like, yeah, no, look at how like all right. I'm somebody who is sort of on the side of I'm not necessarily mad at Twitch for like not taking action because taking action requires manpower and resources and development time and all of that and there's an argument there that like they're probably working on it. I'm sure they don't want this to be the situation, um, and that's I can give them a not a pass, but I can give them some leeway on that. Just being like, well, we'll see what they do about it, and depending on what they do about it looks like, then we can say whether they really tried or not. But there is like an element here where it's just like, no, this is now getting to the point of like they they are just looking bad because this guy is you know this guy, this group, this however many people are really getting out there and doing it are just like even if you get on top of it and get everything banned and don't actually end up getting a raid, it's just like, oh, you know he's they're winning in trolling by making us all have to do small or making us all have to do this preemptive work, and it's just like, no, we still have to put in extra effort. We're still getting a hard time. He's still winning. So like, here's the thing: this asshole on your service is now winning, and you know like, yeah, you may be working on something, but it's a really bad look that he is getting so much of what he wants, you know, while you're working on it. Like, no, it's you kind of need to take some. It's at the point where it's like, no, this is now like a drastic problem, and you can't just let somebody run rampant and run unchecked. It's like, take a drastic solution until you can get the real solution out. Just be like, hey, yes, we're doing this as a stopgap, but we need to do something. We can't, it's egg on your face to just be like, we're working on something, and then letting it go in the middle. It's like, no, do you like do a bad solution now, and we can all be like, yes, it's a bad solution. Tell us that you're going to, rip it out and put in a good solution later, but like when you're like, stop your system from being abused, like because like even if you are like, because like, let's say you're the the stakeholder, right? You're the one with the money. You don't care about the day-to-day operations. You don't want to give them, give your employees any more resources than they absolutely vitally need to keep the service running. But at this point, you should still have a vested interest, because by withholding the necessary resources to fix this problem well, not only is there not a good not only is there not a good solution, not only is there not even a bad solution, but there's like your product, the thing that you have monetary stake in, is now looking like dog shit, because you're saying just like, oh no, like, we don't even care about it because like we're letting somebody else abuse it to their own end. You're saying we give up on it. You're saying it's not even our own service anymore. Like, it's just like, no, we're letting this other person just do what they want with it. It's like no, like, okay, you should. You're saying you're not even putting into work to keep it your own service. It's like, because at some point somebody, like, you are providing a service, and like, maybe this isn't the like we already live in a culture that has, unfortunately bought into the gig economy where nobody is an employee, nobody is, you know, uh, uh, n- nobody has any reason to be loyal to their company anymore because now everybody is a subcontractor who gets no benefits from working except the minimal like available payment. And it's like wow. And normally that would be like wow, nobody should be working for anybody right now because no workers are being treated fairly in the grand scheme. A nominal amount are if you're lucky. um and it becomes this thing of like, boy, I kind of miss doing podcasts. They weren't about this, but just this talking for a while thing. um like we're already in this gig economy, everyone's a contractor business. And so when your solution is like, what we're working on is ways for you to fix this problem for us, it's just like, so regardless, you're saying that, as a stakeholder, you're saying you kind of actually don't want it. You want us to, you're going to give us some tools to ultimately allow us to solve the problem of other people abusing your service. So that's also some fucking bullshit, man. Like, take care of your shit, take ownership of it, and like, give us some, like, if you want to make money off of this, give us something worth investing back into. If Twitch was a service that treated its, its I mean, which way do you want to look at it? Do you want to look at like, who are the sort of clients of Twitch? Is it the streamers or is it the audience? And the answer is probably neither, because the the audience is the product because they're being served ads. And as content creators and streamers, we are subcontractors who are generating the content that brings the audience to this service to have ads served to them. So as streamers we're subcontractors, and as audience you're the product. So who's the clients, right? So the clients are really basically the people paying for ads, because they're the ones paying to have a service done, which is advertising. That's the way so many things work in this content-centric world that we live in. I worked at a newspaper for a while, and it was so blatant the way that the way that newspapers had to shift to match the like internet advertising. I mean, newspapers have kind of always been like that, and it's just kind of funny being like, oh no, we kind of know how to handle this internet stuff because it's the same business. It's just like, wow, okay. Um, but like, so, but okay, even look at it that way. So, who is the service for? All right, the service, in that sense, you as a stakeholder, you as a stakeholder with a financial interest in the service, you are saying that, okay, if you look at it and you go, no, our actual clients are the advertisers because we want to sell ad space to them. Okay, fine. But your whole thing is still going to fall out from under you in that sense. Like, yeah, you can sell ads, but, well, that's maybe kind of the problem then, isn't it? Because fake fake accounts are still accounts, and you can be like, oh, we have so and so many, active accounts. Maybe we won't mention that they're bots. We have so many active accounts. That looks good pitching to advertisers, because you say like, oh, this is going to be like, even if it's not click-throughs, it's views. And you say some amount of views turn into, or like some amount of counts turn into some amount of views, which turn into some amount of click-throughs, which turn into some amount of purchases. And that's what the advertisers care about in the end, is people engaging with their service, right? Um, so like, the biggest problem right now is that everyone is doing the work to just like deal with hate raids, but stick around to see what Twitch does about it. Because that means the people are still here, the bot accounts increase the number of people it looks like there are. So the advertisers are still happy. So as a stakeholder, you don't really have to do anything about the problem, because to you, there's not really a problem. We as a subcontractor trying to create content, we have, we have a workload burden because you want us to also deal with this, hate raid kind of stuff. but the reason you want us to deal with that is because you want us to um the reason you need that fixed is probably to keep the other, contractors, the other content creators around, because they're the ones who are, you know, drawing people in. When I'm off camera and I'm watching somebody else's stream, which I honestly don't do all that much. You can tell by how I run a stream. I'm not a big fan of the general way to do these things. Like, I'm somebody who watches with the chat off, and I generally like, the more chat is a part of like the content part of the stream, I'm usually less interested in engaging. I've started doing it here because, like, honestly, um y'all who come around, I enjoy having y'all around way more than I thought I would, and I like interacting with you more than I thought I would. But like, when I built all of these layouts, having chat on the screen was never a part of it, because it's just like, oh, this is, that's asking for trouble, because sometimes you get good people, but a lot of the time you get people who are going to be kind of selfish, or who are going to not vibe with what you're trying to do, or just, in one way or another, they're going to be, maybe disruptive. And it's like, if they want to watch and they want to be disruptive, I'll let them be disruptive over in this little box that I will make it easy for myself and the other viewers to ignore, right? um and those are the ones that I like. So there are ways to run a stream and you can completely ignore chat and have no problem. The people who have like a co-pilot there to read chat and cherry pick questions to drive conversation, that's usually about as far as I go in to streams that have chat interaction like that. That's generally my like comfort level of having to deal with the chat. So as soon as people like putting the full chat on screen and letting people do, the silly buttons, which yes, I have them, but like, again, I'm getting very much control over, like, what is there, who can do it, how often can they do it. I get a lot of control over that, and so if it's like, I can still turn that off if, people find a way to be mean about it. Like, it's choosing the I feel a lot more comfortable when I feel more comfortable giving all of you toys to play with and ways to express yourself when I am getting some amount of ability to set the tools which you can use to express yourself. Which, like, maybe that's very limiting on you, but you know, cool. That's my stream. That's my comfort level, and I'm really mostly interested in other people who jive with that comfort level and get where I'm coming from, and understand why I would do it that way, and therefore have no problem with it, right? Um, but by only caring if, and so I'm like this. I'm sitting at my computer. I'm not sitting in any meetings at Twitch. I'm totally just like theorizing and projecting here, right? But if I'm even close to right, then what I'm theorizing here, that it's like, well, if advertisers aren't upset, then Twitch is saying, we're going to give you tools, because as our subcontractors, we're going to give you a way to fix we're going to have you do the work to fix it so you stay around, because it's also not because at some level it doesn't have to be a problem for the audience who are the product. Like, the number of people who probably you see, I'm not a good person to ask about this, but I can imagine that there are other people like me out there who can watch a stream and who watch streamers who don't really involve chat in a direct enough way, where hate raids like this that are out there so commonly now, where those aren't actually a big concern and aren't particularly affected by that, because the sort of chat is so disconnected from the like main screen content experience, right? um so it's so really it's just like, hey, contractors, we'll give you some tools, but you need to fix your shit so that you're not miserable to be here. So it's like, okay, we're already doing free work okay, not free work, because there is, once you hit affiliate, they do payouts, which are, we could talk about what sort of fair payment for work done is, and ways to measure what fair payment would be on that. I'm not an economist or labor advocate, well, I'm kind of a labor advocate. Am I? Is that what I'm doing right now? I don't know. Not general. I'm just a dipshit. But I know most people aren't paid well enough for what they do in the first place, and creatives doubly so. Um, but like then to add this emotional burden of there's this problem. It's an emotional burden to have to deal with hate raids because that is hurtful. That fucks with your mind. That is it's emotional labor and it's emotional damage, but emotional and mental damage is still damage. It's there's still pain to it. There is still work that you have to put into to deal with it, and it wears you down after a while. It still fatigues you. So that is now extra labor that they don't see a particular reason to fix. But then they say like, well, okay, if it'll keep you around to make sure this machine works, you can try to fix it, and we'll give you the tools to do that. But it's still the burden, the burden of that workload is going to be on you to fix, because you have to use the tools and do this, and get volunteer or paid moderators to do the work, to do the banning, to do the whatever, to create and to moderate the community. Basically, it's like, okay, so that work is still on us. Like, okay, maybe you're going to make some tools, but you're saying the work is still on us. And it's just like, cool. So now to continue working for you, because again, I'm considering this like, oh, subcontractors, to continue working for you, now I have to work double hard so that I'm not also either way the workload is higher, because either you deal with it and you take the emotional burden, or you do the work to use the tools that they've provided to make the hate raids go away, which is now additional moderation and time and manpower work. So we're fucked either way on that end. So fuck that shit. I have gone off. Treat people with kindness. Take care of one another. If you're not in a position to help people because helping someone else would hurt you to do so, you don't have to help there. But if you can help somebody without really taking anything on yourself, take care of one another. The world does not care for us. The world is ready to kill us at any moment. Never mind going out and getting hit by a car. That is a man-made hazard. But like volcanoes, air, space, the fact that we live on this little rock and it's this very specific place and we can't survive anywhere else beyond here. It's just like, okay, so we're fragile, and everything else in the universe is basically like, it's like, well, I don't have to cater to you, so get fucked unless you work on it. And it's like, yeah, okay, maybe that's the law of like nature. That's what humanity is there for. Humanity is the motivation and the action to counteract the carelessness of the universe. We take care of each other because we're all on the same page, and we are collectively fighting that lack of care of the universe. We take care of each other because nothing else will. And you could say like, oh, well, take care of yourself because nothing else will. Anyone who says that is part of that universe that is not caring for you and is actively working against you. Basically. We take care of each other. And I'll take care of them. They're the ones who are wrong. If they think that everyone takes care of themselves and not everyone takes care of each other. It's the fucking Left 4 Dead 2 thing. Man, I'm out of it tonight. It's the Left 4 Dead 2 thing. Follow me for a second here. They did a very smart thing in Left 4 Dead 2, which is that I forget exactly what the mechanic is, but generally speaking, generally speaking, it is more efficient and effective for teammates to heal each other than it is for them to heal themselves. And I love that. I put that in games that I do. It's something that is just like, oh, yeah, you could be selfish, but you are rewarded for working together and taking care and showing interest and showing care and allowing others to care for you. You know, like, because that's the same thing. Like, if your friend, if you heal yourself, if you each heal yourself, eh. If you heal each other, you're both better. So it's like, yes, okay, it's kind of prisoner's dilemma because then, like, theoretically, your friend could heal you and you could heal yourself, and then your friend is fucked and you're better than you have any need to be. But, like, then if your friend dies, you don't have your friend to heal you anymore, and then you're left with your own shitty self heals, right? It's that kind of thing. Like, there's like, we could go into just like the theorizing and like mechanical theorizing and philosophizing about what is the actual value proposition of taking care of others versus letting others take care of you and taking care of yourself and not giving anything back. That's like a whole thing we could go on to itself. um but like, in general, like, maybe it depends on the person. For me, I have a easier time taking care of other people. And it's twice as easy when I trust that people are taking care of me. And like, like that's a mechanic that I feel like I haven't seen too often, but I love it as like a reminder because, real life, you don't have a health bar that is very clear what the effects are, but in the big fuzzy sense, my like personal metrics have always told me that, like, that is basically the rule, is that if you help somebody else, they will be raised higher than if you help yourself. And if everyone plays by the same rules and everyone helps each other, everyone goes higher. It's kind of that. I don't think that's what high tide lifts all ships. I don't think that's what that means. Um, but it is this thing of just like, oh no, we could all be doing better if none of us were selfish, you know? And like, it's nice to see it in the game because it's sort of boiled down to the essence of how the mechanic works, and it's clear and it's understandable and it's almost like a teaching moment. But I've always found that applies to real life too. And just like, oh, we could take care of each other and everyone would be better for it than everyone fighting for themselves and only taking care of themselves. Like, we, in general, people do a better job of taking care of each other than they do taking care of themselves. And I always like, I always feel like the actual breakdown to that isn't necessarily people being greedy, but people being scared and people having trouble trusting that they will be taken care of. So they are hesitant to let other people take care of them because they don't have the ability to trust that'll happen. Because it is a world, like, which is a fair worry because, like I said, everything else in the universe doesn't give a shit about us and is happy to let us die. So like that's honestly a fair worry. But I think it's back to game design ideas. Poker. Do you know how you win at poker? You bet up until everyone else gets so scared that they start playing badly. Because when people are scared, when people are in a panic, when people are racked with anxiety or worry, they make bad decisions. They just stop making good decisions. They just go, and then they make a decision which, like, our guts are not good decision makers. They are fast decision makers, to be sure. They're not good ones. And, like, when you're scared, your gut takes over because it's like, I'm scared. I need to do something about this now. And you do something, and it's usually bad. But it's instant. So it's not a good system, but that is a system. And so that's why I kind of understand this thing where it's like, reasonably people are like, oh, the universe will not take care of me. And there's so much more in the universe than humanity. So, like, yeah, you can't necessarily trust that you will be taken care of. You hope that humanity will take care of itself, but it's fair that you can't always trust that to happen. I can't put people's blame on that. When people get self-righteous and say like, this is the way of things, it will never happen, I need to be greedy, then like that's where they become assholes. But like the core of that, which is just like you can't trust that others will take care of you, there's something valid to that fear. But when you let the fear be your guiding principle, that's when you make bad decisions. That's where um you know that's where prisoner's dilemma comes in. As soon as one person gives into the fear, something dumb happens, and that brings down the whole thing. It's a house of cards. The fact that like we all need to take care of each other, but our fear, survival instincts are undermining that, and it's very ingrained, and we have not evolved past that. Humans are still stupid beasts, and I think about that every day, and that's why I think I am, let's say, not a neurotypical. um, People are gross. They're made of meat and juices, and it's the worst. Um, but yeah, there's that turnaround from when people are like, well, nobody's gonna like. I'm scared nobody will take care of me. That's not reason to not take care of others. That's reason to maybe have backup plans and to be, very picky about individuals and sources you trust to take care of you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't take care of people and that you should hole up and only take care of yourselves. And then at some point that turns into greed, which is just like, well, if I need to take care of myself, I need everything to have the ability to take care of myself. And it's just like, yeah, that follows if you're continuing that line of bad decision making fueled by fear. Um, there's also things about, oh, it's about pride and it's about control. I think control issues are a lot of based on fear. I have many, so I feel like I'm pretty reliable source about that. But there's also things about pride, about, how do you count success? But then even then, like I need to, it's like I'm prideful on being successful because if I'm not successful, I'll be picked on because I'm going to be proud. I'm very much in the camp of like, I'm very much in the camp that everyone who is an asshole is being motivated to be that kind of asshole from a specific fear that they might not even be cognizant of. That's my personal grand generalizing psychology theory. Um but I'm also convinced that it works better when we all take care of one another and that we all have a responsibility to our humanity because we are burdened with the cognizance of morality. That was like $100 sentence. Like we are like we are one of the animals on this world that isn't fueled that isn't purely instincts. We have our guts, but we have our brains, and our brains let us capture a big picture, think about the future, make plans, make designs, connect dots. You see other animals do it too. Every time I see like a dog figure out, oh, this lever will let me outside, and figures out how to open up a door. When you see, service dogs who are trained to be able to like get drinks from the fridge, you're just like, oh, every animal is pretty smart. And like they're like, humans aren't necessarily, this extra higher level of sentience. We're just very up our own asses about it. We are the most complex at it, but we're not necessarily, the kings of it or that different because of it. We're just the most in it at this point, right? Watch crows play. That's wild. Any animal that plays, like crows and dolphins, anything that has sex for pleasure and not just reproduction instincts, Jeez. Um, where the hell was I getting with this? I'm really starting to lose it. I'm stuck on crows and dolphins. And the sharks brains and sexual organs are made out of M80s. I'm slipping into a Space Ghost reference. Take care of one. Oh, we are burdened with it. We know about these things. We can understand and make these series about like, oh, things would be better if we took care of each other. We can understand that like everything about the world is looking to destroy us. We can work together to fight back, right? We can work to like just like being at the level of like sentience where we can conceive of creating a better world by working together and taking care of one another in order to fight the senseless and lack of care of the universe as an entity is just like, well, yeah, we could like give into that and let the universe kill us, or we could fight back. Like sometimes life is about struggle. Life is about the fight to not die on one level or another, whether that's, running from a lion or whether that is advocating for universal health care. Same shit. Um and like, okay, I can't necessarily put that on dogs or ants or whatever, because it's like they don't like they can put things together, but you know, we have no evidence that they can do anything on that like grand theory scale, not like grand plan scale. So like it's but we can, and we can argue for it, and like even the fact that we can picture it enough to make an argument for it makes us responsible to put that into the world, to counter the carelessness of the universe as a whole. The universe does not care. We can care, therefore we have to, because otherwise there would be no care. It is our responsibility to care because we are the only ones who can, you know? You could argue that. I can already hear it. It's like, well, why do we have to care? Nothing puts a responsibility on us. Like, technically, yeah. Stop being an asshole. Take care of each other. Yeah. Don't you want things to be better though? Like we have experience, we have memory, we have emotions. We all want things to be better. You know? Like, why would we not work for that thing we want? That's the that's at that point, being alive is two things. It's the fight against death, and it's the fight to get things we. As soon as death is sort of like handled, and it's just like, all right, we learned how to wash our hands and not touch our junk and our food with the same hand. We'll split those hands. And as soon as you figure that shit out, death goes way down as a priority, and then it's just like, cool. Now let's get that serotonin flowing. What is good? What is enjoyable? How can we bring more of that into the world? And like, you don't need to help the universe not care about each other. Universe has that fucking covered. Root for your own team, which is, humanity and people and things that have emotions and experience sensations and experiences. Play for that team, asshole. Like, oh my god. This is no longer a game stream, and I apologize, but fucking hell, That's why I feel like it is our responsibility to be kind-hearted, because we can benefit from that, and it ain't coming from anywhere else. If there is any work that, if you want to get to, well, if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That's the thing that I'll use that on, is taking care of each other, because literally nothing else in the universe except for us is going to do that for us. Get on board. You're dumb if you're not on that train, Because why are you playing on the team that doesn't give a shit about you? And you can talk about that on like the universal scale. You want to boil that down to talking about, you know, you know, buying into the company jargon about like not unionizing. It's on all levels. Recognize, just think for a second, look at where you are and say, what team am I on? What team is working for my benefit? I should help them. And if humanity, which on any level is helping humanity, if humanity is the drive to help humans, if you're a human, you should play on that team. I don't know how else to argue for this. To me, it is so self-apparent that this is the correct choice. If you have achieved a level of sentience where you can comprehend that you're making a choice, there's a right choice in this situation. Life is not a game because you don't get points. There's one end state. You can't win it. It's not a game. That is also a separate conversation relevant to my degrees. My throat hurts. I do want a chicken dinner. Now you see, because that immediately gets into the idea of that's getting into the fucking patriarchy, toxic masculinity, heteronormative bullshit, because that implies that there is inherent value to sexual activity. So that joke is slut shaming or something. You know what I mean? I can't shift gears as fast. I need a cool down for a second. That's fine, because I'm not going to shame you. I'm going to take care of you. That's the only reason like, there's an argument about like, okay, well then is self-deprecation allowed? Kind of, but not to the point where you're actually you need to also allow other people to take care of you for the system to work, right? And if you self-deprecate too hard, you reject that, and at that point, you're still hurting yourself. You're still playing against yourself if you're not accepting the help. Like, you can take care of everybody else, and if you don't accept the help, you're still not on your own team. That's a edge case side note. Somebody redeem something. I know. We're working on convincing you to. I'm sure we all are, because we all care, and we're all trying to take care of each other. Listen. 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 To everyone around me.
Sunlight!
Oh, thank you. Oh, God, I love Peace Walker. Such a good game. Listen, I could play a game for another 20 minutes and make this a 2-hour stream, or I could just call this done. You saw the thing before, right? How when you look at the Am I bad at asking for help? I don't know if I'm bad at asking for help. Wait. This screen. We got all 69 gold medals. We're done. We're done. I used to be bad at it. I'm getting better at it. It's something I'm actively working on. Maybe that's why I get so heated over it. Yeah, what's up? I said I need to send you a box before you can send me anything else. That's what I said. Got to keep it even. It's taking care of each other. I mean, the phrase from war games is mutually assured destruction, but actually the winning thing is mutually assured care, mutually assured satisfaction, mutually assured seduction. That's not it either, but it rolls off the tongue well. It's double entendre. I'm tired now. Hey, I'll let y'all decide. Should I play 20 more minutes or should we just call it here? Because this is, I'm done with the game. I hit I got the last 2 medals in like the first 20 minutes. Maybe I should just go like sit in the quiet and read a comic book. Maybe I really do need to cool down. Self-care. Yeah, my posture's bad. Hey, you want to see my new floor? While we're here. Ugh. Let's see here. If I bring...
I'm interested in this.
Hey, lift your feet up. I'm going to show the floor. Okay, if I take the build cam... Oh, this ain't going to end well. No, this is already going terribly. Okay. No! I'm going to break all my cameras again. Did my camera just break? No, it didn't. Good. After last week when I spilled my... I'm just tying a knot in my webcam. Oh, God. I thought I was being fancy. I'm being dumb. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is that good content. Alright, if I take the build cam, I point it down there, and I can just go over to build cam. Here's my chair, and there's the new floor. No, I do want to show it this way. Yeah, okay. So, boy, that really doesn't show up well. Oh, I have a light. So this is under my desk. Say hi. There's like dust and spiders back there. And then we had this hardwood floor. So I just sort of made a nice big platform for our chairs to sit on in like a nice S shape. And it goes all the way under my chair. And now it rolls around nice.
Welcome.
And if I wanted to be barefoot, I don't have to have bare feet on the ding-dang concrete floor. And it's really nice. And I did that the other day. Thank you. It was all spare hardwood flooring from when we did the kitchen when we moved in like 20 years ago. And it was in the attic in a garage, which has a leak in it. So while we were up there looking for where the leak was to patch everything, we were taking stuff out, and I was just like, oh, I could floor with this floor. Yeah, I can't I usually wear like sandals around the house because I am a fragile baby and I don't like my feet touching like rough floor surfaces. But this is nice to like have my feet on barefoot, my foot on bare feet. It's nice to touch with toes. And yeah, I am excited to see if this is also going to help with the cold during the winter. I gotta say, all of this eggshell foam over here. I don't know how much it helps with the acoustics. Which, by the way, we were having this whole discussion about acoustics last night, and the sort of like where to put acoustic paneling and ruffling and how to kill echoes and all of that. And um, I put this is all of the like foam that I had. I put it on this wall, and then I spoke this way into the microphone. So this is pointless where it is, except it does help with the cold during the winter months. This actually has it. This is nice. I just want to lean against this wall and take a nap. I'm tired. It's the texture zone. It's I love to be in the texture zone. It just makes me happy to look at because it was either this or I get like a cheap TV from Walmart or something and mount it in a like a fake window frame and then just put like a beach scene on it. But that wouldn't play for me because I would also have to do the thing where like it tracks your head so that way as you move left and right you get that like shifted perspective so it looked like you're looking into a bigger room. Yeah, it's good. It's soft, but it's good. You can mush the edges. Am I allowed to mush my foam on Twitch? Is that against the TOS? Folks, I'm calling it quits. Pack up the grease paint, sweep the floors, put down the sawdust in that order. Um, hey, thanks for hanging out. Short stream tonight, but I thought I'd have more trouble, and then it turns out I had trouble that I had to vent out. So that's cool. Um, I hope I don't sound like an angry old man now, but I sound like somebody who wishes for everybody to have a better time and am just frustrated that so many people are getting in the way of what is a pretty simple idea. I know it's not necessarily an easy idea, but it's very conceptually straightforward to me. Yes, the hard work is going to be in following through, but it seems like worthwhile work to do. Um, and if I've chased everybody off, um, sorry, I'm gonna stay here and play games. Um, I gotta do my Splitgate dailies. Oh, I gotta play more World Flipper. Oh, I'm on the like final boss. I'm fighting Orochi, so uh, this is gonna be fun. I played Okami and I fought Orochi like 8 times, and I'm fighting Orochi again. So I finally met that pretty boy samurai who I already liked a whole bunch, and I still like him a whole bunch. Now I'm just talking about other video games. This isn't the what you played recently part of the podcast because it's not a podcast. This is a stream where I play Dangerous Driving. But now we're done with Dangerous Driving, so I'm gonna call it quits for the night. Um, and oh, hey, that's good. That means next week we'll get back to building something. Um, I gotta look to see everything that is in the box in the queue waiting to come up. We got Lego kits, we got model kits, I know there's a Zaku in there. I do like a Zaku. I'll take a look. I'll pick something for next week. Uh, Come hang out on Thursday, and we will. No, not Thursday. Wednesday. Gosh, come hang out on Wednesday, and we will look at another Doom WAD. Think. I think I already know which one it's going to be, and those who were in the chat yesterday in the Discord chat, I think already can take a stab at what it's going to be. It's about time for. And that's going to do it. Thank you for coming with me on this journey to finish Dangerous Driving, which we have done. I'm going to go install it to make, or uninstall it in order to make room in anticipation of Dangerous Driving 2 one day. I had a good time. I hope you did. And as I hope I've argued well for, take care of one another. Have a good night, everybody. Button.